Okay, welcome to our lab at the Epicentre Mbarara Research Center. The first 5 years of my work with Epicentre were mainly working on malaria. And with malaria, then we added on activities to work on TB, and that expanded our scope of work. Recently, we started working on vaccine trials, which bring on another set of techniques that we needed to implement in the lab, and we did that. And several other infectious diseases, including infections of the central nervous system. And most importantly, the fact that we are working on research that impacts the community directly. I already gave an example of the vaccines on Ebola that we are testing. This would have a massive impact not only in Uganda, but like I mentioned, in the DRC that is neighboring us here. I mentioned that we are working on the yellow fever vaccines. We had an outbreak of yellow fever here in Mbarara and the neighboring districts in Masaka. And these vaccines, had they been there and tested massively to know how we can use them, it would have been very helpful to protect these populations from the outbreak of yellow fever as well. To me, Epicentre is the heart of quality scientific medical research in the entire world, and always has the impact on communities. My dream largely for the future is to, in fact, the biggest dream for me is to be able to sustain what we are doing now, the sustainability of our activities, to make sure that we have a continuity of research work going on in the region. Because like I mentioned, being almost the only lab doing research in the region, it's very important that we actually remain, and we remain active, and we continue expanding our scope of work, because right now we are largely focusing on infectious diseases. At some point, we might have a shift in the needs of the community, and we need to remain diverse, to remain active, to be able to change with the needs of the community in order to remain relevant. And yet, with the advances in technology and the way the world is changing, it's very important that we have more people and more young people in research, because the young ones, I already talked about sustainability earlier. We cannot have sustainability if we do not have young people join into science. And saying that, we are doing that very well here at Epicentre, because we have students from the Mbarara University of Science and Technology, where our research center is seated, who come to the research center on placements. We have them all the time in our lab, so we mentor them in the techniques that we are doing and in research as well. So in the different videos, I appear in colors in lab coats with different colors, and the reason for that is basically to have people avoid moving in different rooms with the same lab coat, because if that happens, then there is a risk of contamination, and in fact a risk of transferring pathogens that are infectious from one place to another.